Good evening and welcome to this month's edition of the School Zone. I'm your student host, JJ Hartigan. Tonight we begin our journey in the School Zone with some special information regarding kindergarten and the upcoming kindergarten registration.
Okay, I'm Rich Meyer and I'm the Director of Education Services for the Sioux Falls School District. Kindergarten registration for the Sioux Falls Public Schools is Monday, April 11th. The time for each of the buildings is 3:30 in the afternoon until 6:30 at night. This is our chance for us to open up kindergarten classrooms in our elementary schools and allow our new students coming into the district as well as their parents to get a feel for what school will be like. During the kindergarten registration time, people will be receiving information about what's expected in the kindergarten classroom, how parents can help in the classroom. They will also get some of the registration materials that they need to have filled out before the beginning of the school year. One thing to remember for kindergarten registration is that children must be 5 years old on or before September 1st of 2005 in order to register for next year's kindergarten classes. When they come for kindergarten registration, they will receive materials for registration. They also, if they bring a copy of the certified birth certificate for the child, that will be of benefit because that does need to be on file with the Sioux Falls School District. They will also receive forms for health information that needs to be gathered on the child. That doesn't need to be turned in right away. It's something that they can drop off at the school right before school begins in August. When parents are in the buildings, they will look and probably find or be given forms that are on bright colored paper. These forms will give them real quick pieces of information about entrance data, about safety issues and how we work to maintain safe schools for our children. It'll also provide information for the parents on what their children will be doing in reading, in mathematics, also with writing to give them an idea of what to look for and how they can support their children. If by some chance parents and their children cannot make it to the Monday, April 11th registration, they certainly call the school where their child will attend, and a packet of registration materials will be sent to the family to fill out, and another time could be arranged for the family and the child to be able to come in and visit with the kindergarten teachers in the school.
Hi, I'm Jim Jacobson, the Head Start Director for the Sioux Falls School District, and I wanted to take a couple moments and share with you some information about a kindergarten event that we recently held for all parents here in Sioux Falls who have a child that would be age eligible for kindergarten. On March 3rd at Terry Redland, we held our kindergarten panel night, which is designed to provide some general information to parents who have children that will be age eligible to attend kindergarten in the fall. At the event, we have a general session for parents in which one of our elementary principals and one of our kindergarten teachers share some information that we feel is essential for you to know as you're thinking about getting your child ready for kindergarten.
Kindergarten focuses on teaching the whole child, which includes physical development, social skills, and emotional skills, and we work on these elements as well. You can see the physical development and how you can support your child with fine and gross motor development, social skills, and emotional skills. In kindergarten, we do a lot of work with developing social and emotional skills and helping students get along and work with other students. And on this card, it gives you a couple of helpful hints how to help your child.
Some of the topics include what a typical day in kindergarten is like, what children will be learning when they're in kindergarten, the requirements we have for entering kindergarten, such as immunizations, school attendance, safety issues, supporting your child's reading, writing, and math skills, as well as supporting your child's physical development, social skills, and emotional development. After the general session, we also have a number of booths set up to provide additional information for parents. Some topics that you can learn about at these booths include after-school programs and after-school care, immunizations and health-related topics, food service, transportation, and you can also pick up enrollment packets for school, school supply lists, and information on open enrollment. Our kindergarten panel night is an annual event, and we would encourage you that if you're going to be having a child that will be ready for kindergarten next year or the following year, to be watching for our event. It's generally held in the early spring. Thank you.
In December, we took a look at a special writing project in Cindy Nelson's 5th grade class at Hayward Elementary School. The project is finished and the articles have been written. The students wanted to share what they learned about writing.
I'm Cindy Nelson, 5th grade teacher at Hayward Elementary, and during the first semester, Dr. Mark Hollenbeck, a professor at Augustana College, and I worked together on a writing research project. Mary Ann Kowalczyk, a student at Augustana, also served as our research assistant. Dr. Hollenbeck took a sabbatical from his position at Augustana to extend some research that he had completed during his doctoral work a few years ago. His work was with high school special ed students, and he presented to them a systematic and structured approach for writing expository or informational text. And he had a desire to extend that research and look at that research in relationship to students in a regular classroom. So he and I combined our approaches, the materials that he had used during his doctoral work, and then we combined that with the materials that I use in my 5th grade classroom. We asked our students to write a feature article. This was the expository or informational text we decided to work on. Feature articles appear very frequently in newspapers and magazines and are something that we found accessible to kids in the magazines that they read from our local library. So the first thing we did was to study examples of feature articles from these magazines, and then we asked our students to choose a topic that they would like to write about. We also asked them to identify the perspective or stance they would take as they wrote about this topic. We then took them through the writing process in a very systematic and concrete sequential manner. During this process, they also worked with small conferring groups that were supportive and helpful to them in the writing process. Along the way, we also modeled as teachers the various steps that we were working on. The final product of this writing assignment was to publish a magazine, and the students are very proud of this magazine called Cocoa Kids. And in our magazine, there are the copies of each of the students' articles are in the magazine. The students worked very hard on this project, and we are very pleased with the writing progress that they made and are continuing to make as we work on writing this year. And now we'd like you to hear from some of the students, their perceptions and comments about this writing project.
My name is Jaden Cram, and I'm in 502 and I'm 11 years old. And the reason why I picked this article is because when 4th graders come into 5th, they need to see how try out orchestra, band, and some of the other stuff they have at Hayward Elementary.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about how you found out information for your article?
I interviewed my orchestra teacher, Miss Jenkins, and I also kind of knew about orchestra because I was in orchestra last year, so I kind of knew what orchestra was about.
My name is Nicole Murray, and
What was your article about, Nicole?
my article is about softball and how I enjoy softball.
Okay, what was the hardest part about putting together this article?
Editing it and like
What did you want people to know about softball that you could tell them in this article?
that they should join. It's really fun.
My name is Cassie Elaine Hart, and I wrote an article about stranger danger. I think it's important to know about stranger danger because it's current and it can happen anytime.
Okay. Can you tell me what you learned about writing this year?
I learned that there's a lot of steps in organizing, and a good author organizes a lot.
How did the instructors help you organize your project?
They made us write a lot and revise our stuff, our writing.
How hard was it to write about the subject that you wrote about?
Well, it was easier after they gave us all the organizing sheets and after we did all our interviews and stuff.
Okay, my name is Ryan Harkema, and I wrote the feature article about bike care, where I told about how to take care of your bike and what good things you should have for your bike.
How did you know about this information to present to people?
Me and my friend, Cody and I, we want to start a bike shop when we get a little older, and we want to call it C&R. So we're studying. We keep listing stuff on a piece of paper at our house on what we tried on our bike to see what it'd do, and if it'd help or not.
What kind of things did you tell people about bike repair?
Me and Cody made this up. It's called a one-tire stand. You stand your bike on one tire, and if it's taller than you, the bike is too big for you. If it's shorter than you, it's okay. It depends on what you like. And if it's about right, then it should be a good bike for you.
What did you learn about writing?
I learned that organization really helps a lot, because I usually, in our writing tests and stuff, she says you can organize it if you want to, but you don't have to. And I figured out when you do organize it, it helps it a lot. It helps your article a lot.
My name is Katie, and we're writing future articles. And I wrote about my mom's broken leg.
What made you decide to write about that topic?
Well, I know a lot about it because when I went to the hospital with my mom, the doctor told me some stuff about their broken leg, and he gave me some papers, like how to take care of her and stuff too. So I kind of know a lot about that.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you learned about broken legs?
Well, you had to put some time into it, and because you can't step on it, so you have to make sure she keeps it elevated, and you have to make sure that when she's walking around on the carpet with her crutches, she has to be careful of trips. If she trips or something, then she would fall, and that would make her leg worse.
What did you learn about writing in this project?
Well, when you write a long piece like we did with our feature articles, you had to use the organizing sheets to help you plan out your writing.
And what did you like most about this process? The writing, the printing, or?
I liked when we used the organizing sheets because it almost made me be a better writer because the organizing sheets helped us organize our writing.
Do you know about how long it took you to put this all together?
I don't know, but it took us a long time.
It was a long process.
Uh-huh.
How did the teachers help you do this?
They helped us by telling us some information about it and how to, they would help us put it together. Like if we didn't know the order that we wanted us in, she would kind of help us figure out what it would go smoothly.
I'm Sienna, and I go to Hayward. I wrote a feature article about family reunions. I wrote it because I thought it'd actually be kind of easy, and it looked like a easy thing to do because I knew a lot about it.
Okay, and was it easy? And how did you go about collecting the information for your article?
It was just kind of easy. I did some interviews and then I just used some prior knowledge and other family reunions and the last one we had.
And who did you interview for your article?
My cousin, my mom, and my brother.
Okay. And what did you learn about writing in doing this project?
Well, if you put your mind to it, you can really work hard and it pays off.
And what part of the writing did you find to be the hardest thing to do?
The hardest? Thinking like how you were going to put it and what words you were going to use in the real article.
Okay. And you worked on this for quite a while. What was the easiest part about doing this?
The easiest part, probably the organizing sheet.
What do you think you learned that will help you in your future writing?
Well, I learned that like all of the organizing sheets and stuff could help, and it'd probably help me in the future because we're probably going to use them.
Okay. Can you tell us about having, Mr. Hollenbeck was obviously a kind of a special teacher in your class. Can you tell a little bit about what he did and how he helped?
Well, he was writing his own article, and he taught him and Mrs. Nelson, they taught up in front like how we'd put the organizing sheet and what we should do on it. And they'd help us, like if we had a question and our partner couldn't answer it, they'd help us.
Each March, for Read Across America Day, the Sioux Falls Association of Educational Secretaries visits schools and give away books. Let's watch Laquita Buckenberg at Garfield Elementary.
Well, welcome. I am so glad to be here, kids. You just look like you're just ready to go and learn today. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Laquita Buckenberg, and I'm what's called the president of the Sioux Falls Association of Educational Secretaries. And what we are is we're a group of secretaries that work throughout the Sioux Falls School District. Some are very much like your secretary in your office, Diane and Susan. And my particular job, though, is I work in an administrative office. And my job makes sure that you have plenty of copy paper and pencils in your room. We started this program in 2002. Just us. National Education started it a few years earlier than us. But for the last 4 years, we've been giving books to 4th graders. And we've enjoyed it. Right there in the back table are some books for you. So when I'm done reading, we'll share those books with you, okay? Do you know how old Dr. Seuss is today? 101. Whoa! A+ for everybody. Okay. And this is my favorite book. To me, it has a special message. And just like yourself, if you learn... Oh, raise your hand if this is your favorite book. Okay. Wow, look at all the hands. Like I said, it's a very special message. So we can see here, maybe I will sit down so I can see a little bit better hear my words, but I don't have it memorized. I will. Congratulations, this is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Thank you. So I hope when you're choosing your roads, you choose good books today, for example, and read and keep reading, because that'll take you many places.
We conclude our journey tonight with a look inside vocal music classroom at Hayward Elementary. I think you're surprised how much these first graders learn about music.
I'm Judy Little, and I'm the vocal music teacher here at Hayward. I'm one of two. Mrs. Johnson also is with me. And what you saw today was a first grade class, and we're working with learning how to be comfortable with our voices. And when you first saw the class at the beginning, and they were using a little bunny thing, that was their first experience at singing solos. Actually, not their first, but their first with a prop. And they were, what I was listening for was whether they could sing a minor third as they were singing the other children's names. And I've modeled this many times during the year for them. And this is their first time at being the teacher and getting to sing somebody else's name. And I was very pleased with what they did. They didn't all choose the same starting pitch that I did, but that was not the idea. The idea is to see if they could sing the la la pattern, which is a very beginning part of singing.
Savannah, Savannah.
The next step that we'll do after that is then I'll try to get them to match my pitches each time. Another thing that we did was learning how to take those two pitches and to put them on the music staff. And music teachers try then to have the children experience as many ways as they can the 5 lines. We do it on our body. We do it on the floor. In one class that I didn't demonstrate with this class, we have our bungee straps. We lay them out on the floor. They get to step on the particular lines. They get to show me that they know which line is line 1 of the music staff, which is line 5. And you saw the children getting to know that and own that concept. Look up here at the song that we just learned, and you'll see it's a staff. Where's my staff? There it is. This is the same thing except it's a bigger version. This is line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at it. Here we go. Tinker, tailor, soldier, sailor, rich man, poor man, baker man, thief. From there we move to the written music lines. We don't really work with the treble clef too much at the beginning, but we just learn with, there's a difference between a note that goes around a line and a note that's in the space, and how we can assign a pitch that you memorize in your head with what you see on the staff. And the dancing, children just love to dance. And the object between that dance, or the reason that we did that dance, was so that they could be creative with their own movement and do a contrasting pattern. The A section was the walking around in the circle. The B section was when they stopped and jumped, went to the middle. So they have to learn how to listen to music, to listen to the cadence when it feels like it's coming to an end. And these are all very predictable songs. Some of the music as they get older is going to be unpredictable, and they're not going to fall neatly into 16 beats, 32 beats. When I had the props out, like the bungee cords and the pinwheels or whatever, I wanted them to have some group experiences where they got to actually make up ideas for an activity, and then they had to be able to talk to each other and say, I like this idea, what did you have in mind? Well, let's all choose one action, and they had to do it for 16 beats so that it would fit the music. And then the next step is to find a contrasting activity, to make up one, and then to be able to go seamlessly from one activity to the next, hearing the cadence in the music and changing their activity to fit the music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, stop. Well, we didn't get a chance to do all of that in this particular class today, but this will go on through the rest of the year and through the rest of the year using in music, so that they'll have a chance to do a lot of creativity too. I'll try to do it too. My object is to give them enough tools to be musicians so that when they graduate from 5th grade and go on into middle school, I'm not going to go with them, and they'll have tools that they'll be able to go, I really like that song. I think I'll buy the music, and I can figure out how to play it. So we teach them recorders. We teach them how to read the music by sight. At least we're always working on that. How to get comfortable with their body, how to use space so that they can do it creatively. To keep a beat is very integral, especially in the kindergarten and 1st grade. We work very hard on that because it's been shown to relate to reading readiness. So all the time the children are moving around the room, I'm assessing which ones can keep the beat, which ones can feel when the pattern changes. And all of these things fit into reading in the classroom, mathematics, it works right into science. So music kind of connects all of the different curriculums that they're working on in the classroom.
That is all for tonight's edition of the School Zone. Join us in April for our next journey into the School Zone. Good night.